It's crazy. I feel like I'm on a whole different planet. The lovely thing about a tarp like this is that you can be right out in nature. Oh no! I am halfway up this climb to the top of the Kelly Range in the Arthur's Pass National Park. It's 5 hours with 1,000 meters of elevation. So it's a pretty tough one for the middle of summer. It's early January and most people in New Zealand are still on holiday. It's also peak tourist season in New Zealand. And with New Zealand being such a great outdoors spot, things are busy, really busy. It's really hard to find a place to yourself. So I've already passed about 10 young guys, which is why I'm keeping on moving. Once you've committed, that's it. I have finally, after much consideration, opened up channel membership. So you might have noticed a little join button underneath the video or on my homepage. I'll tell you all about that tonight, maybe, but later on when we're watching the sunset over a cuppa. In the meantime, make yourself a cuppa if you like, settle in and enjoy spending some time in the outdoors with me. This place is absolutely beautiful and such a lovely way to restore the soul. I hope you enjoy it. I'll catch up with you soon. Wow, how things can change. I broke out of the bush into the bright sunlight and past the Carroll Hut up to Kelly Saddle. It's called Kelly Saddle. And now I'm in the clouds. It's quite different actually. I'm going to stop in a moment and switch over to the wireless microphone because it's quite windy, and have a drink and a little bit of something to eat. I'll show you where we are on the map and where I'm planning to go to find ourselves a spot to camp. It's crazy. I feel like I'm on a whole different planet. 1 minute I'm in the blazing sunlight. Ooh, can you hear me? 1 minute I'm in the blazing sunlight with my sun scarf to keep the sun off my neck. And then the next minute I'm in the cloud. Oh, that's good. So I'll show you where I am on the map. So you can see that little square there where the hut is, and then just up above it a little way is a set of tarns, and that's where the Kelly Saddle is. And it was on that saddle that the cloud over on the west hand side of the mountain range was just pushing up. So I went from this bright sunlight on the east into the cloud on the west. Now I don't know this for a fact, but I'm pretty sure that in New Zealand, when they talk about the weather and they talk about east of the divide or west of the divide, they're talking about east or west of the main Southern Alps, the mountain range that divides the east and west. And often the weather on the west is very different from the weather on the east. So it can be really sunny on one side and then pouring with rain on the other. I was so hot before, so looking forward to a swim. I passed these two mums with their teenage boys, and they've just been for a swim. Now I'm freezing, I've got goosebumps. Once I get going again, and by the time I get to our camping spot, hopefully I'll be warm again and ready for a swim. A word of advice if you're going to go camping: bring chocolate. Always bring chocolate. Even if it's post-Christmas and you've promised yourself you won't eat any more chocolate, still bring chocolate. You won't regret it, I promise you. Oh boy, this is nothing like what I thought it would be. I was not expecting it to be like this. It's beautiful. What you can see is beautiful and moody. But we are completely in the clouds. Well, I wandered off track because I couldn't see anything. Unfortunately, I have GPS navigation, so I could find my way back. And here is a marker. Can you even see it? Right, there's a marker there. So, my technical analysis of the situation is it is, block your ears, shit. This is terrible. I mean, I can't see a thing. There's supposed to be some lovely lakes down there, some tarns, but the wind is whipping back up. Can't see a thing, so I have just turned around and we're going back. I don't think you should ever be so set in your plans that you're not prepared to modify them when the conditions change. It's really important to know your limits, to understand the risks, and to do something about it before it gets too late. Whew, right, I can't see the next marker, so I'm going to have to consult my maps again. It's crazy how disorientating whiteout conditions are. I have a pretty good sense of direction, and I can navigate really easily. But in a whiteout situation, the trouble is that you can't see the sun, can't see shadows, you have got no way of orientating yourself in relation to visual landmarks, and so you're relying 100% on that internalized kind of awareness of where your body is in space. And I was really surprised how quickly I lost my sense of direction. I thought I was going one way, and then when I consulted the maps, I was going a slightly different way. Not a completely different way, but slightly different. And it dawned on me that if I hadn't had the maps with me, I would have got myself quite lost. Now, people talk about risk in the outdoors, and I have to say I don't consider that to be risky. The reason I don't, am I steaming up, or is it just super duper whiteout? I don't consider that to be a big risk, because if you've got good common sense and understanding of risk, then If you've got a well-equipped backpack with lots of gear, warm stuff, it's not a problem. Because if I had got myself lost in the whiteout, this is what I would have done. I just would have stopped. I just would have stopped and set up camp. And then you wait for the weather to clear before trying to navigate your way out. So it's not a big deal, but I would highly recommend having some maps that you can access when you are offline. The ones that I use are Topo 50. I'll put a bit of information in the description for those. I've just got access to the South Island one, so I think you pay separately for South Island and North Island. I think from memory it cost around $4 New Zealand dollars, like $4.99, and you get them forever. Amazing, fantastic. Now that I have got myself safely back onto a really obvious part of the trail, I'm going to take myself back around to the Kelly saddle and find a little spot to camp. Oh wow. Well, if we're making the best of a less than ideal situation, I think this spot is it. This is lovely. Oh, I'm going to move quickly because it started to rain. What was just heavy cloud is now light rain, and I wasn't expecting that, but I have brought my rain tarp because I know there will be heavy rain in the early morning. So I'm going to get my tarp set up. It's going to be just a crude arrangement, just to give us a little bit of cover. So good to be at camp. I am tired. What time is it? 6:45. It took me about 2 hours and 15 minutes to get up to the hut. I got up there just after 4 p.m. It's now 2 hours, at least 2.5 hours later of going along the tops and coming back. So I am so ready to get set up and make dinner. Going to need to use my trekking poles for this. The only thing that might be interesting is working out where to peg these front guy lines in, because I might end up in the water. Right. Something new and nifty. The little Flextail RO20 seat. So I have this same brand of sleeping mat. I haven't brought it with me today because I've actually loaned it out to a friend who's doing the Able Tasman track. and I've brought a different one, but you might recognize it from some of my other trips. This little seat is just going to keep my tushy comfortable. And dry. Woohoo! Thanks, Flextail. Nice. Oh, this is an ultralight camp, which means I haven't brought with me things like my chair Zero. This is a lovely lightweight alternative, so I don't have to sit on the ground. Keeps my butt warm, dry. Love it. I think what I might do, I don't know if they make these or not, but I might make myself a little cover for it, just to protect it if I don't have something like a ground sheet to sit on, so it doesn't get damaged. Right. I don't go camping without this. I love this little pump. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested in it, because it's a great piece of kit, I have to say. Did you hear that? That's a Kia. Did any of you guys watch my video like maybe a year ago where the Kia came to visit me? They're a native New Zealand parrot. They're super cool. Very naughty, cheeky birds. And they love to peck your stuff, so they can be a bit of a nuisance, but they're so beautiful. I absolutely love them, so I do hope that we get a little Kia coming to visit us. Oh my goodness. I just love setting up my little bed when I'm out camping. Got my clothing, my little toiletry bag, my bag of bags. It's always a good idea to put all your bags inside one bag so that you don't lose them. Electronic gear. Dinner. I'm not very excited about dinner. Don't like rehydrated meals very much, but needs must. I wanted an ultra lightweight camp. Got my cooker, my gas bottle, first aid kit is in here, plenty of chocolate bars in here and some dessert. Oh, some squished dessert, never mind. I've got cherries and blueberries for dessert, and I'll probably have a little chocolate bar as well. And I've got my personal locator beacon here and my cooking pot with breakfast in it. The rain's back to being just misty dampness, so Even though I can't really show you much, let's go for a little walk just around this small lake so I can show you the location that we're in. And then I am going to go and bundle in under the tarp, put on something a little bit warmer, and get dinner on the go. Wow, I don't think that this lake is any longer than about 100 meters at the most. You cannot see camp. Camp's down the other end. Like, if it's 100 meters, I'd be really surprised. Oh, and it's really windy here. Sorry about the noise. It's windy here because we don't have the protection of that little kind of lump of rock. Lump of rock, you know what I mean, like where we've tucked down into. So I just want to get back to camp. It's so lovely there. Let's go back and have some dinner. Right. Bon appetit to me. Let's not even talk about what it looks like. It tastes good. That's what matters. travel gear. The wind has switched around. Good morning. What a crazy night. It started to rain heavily, and with it came a change in the direction of the wind. So I had the wind like barreling up inside my tarp. It's such a pain when it's dark trying to get out there in the rain, sort your tarp out. So in the end I just pegged it down at the back, all the way down, just made like a little coffin. At least the rain couldn't get to me. So I've got a cup of tea on the go and I'm just lying here, just looking at the view. So pretty. Excuse me. Goodness. If that isn't the boldest bird, I don't know what is. So this is what the tarp was doing last night. It was filling with air. But when it's dark and you can't see what's happening, it's quite disconcerting when you hear this big gust and you can just feel the tarp pulling. I kept thinking it was going to rip or the pegs were going to pull out, so that's why I pegged it all down. It worked out fine. I'm just really glad I had the bivvy bag, because the end of my sleeping bag was sticking out, or the end of the bivvy bag anyway. So I didn't get wet. I was lovely and warm, didn't get wet. It was fine. I loved it actually. Lovely and atmospheric, I think that's the thing. It's the lovely thing about sleeping under a tarp. I'm just going to move over away from the edge. So I tucked myself way under there last night and now I've got no room. It's better. Yeah, the lovely thing about a tarp like this is that you can be right out in nature. You're so immersed. Tents are amazing, and at one point last night I thought, I'd really like a tent, but that was the only time I thought that. Before I went to sleep last night, I just loved the setup. Just being able to look at the, well, it was just cloud, wasn't it? But sort of see the light disappearing from the sky. And this morning waking up and being able to see the view. Just magic. I'll have my breakfast and then get a coffee on, and then you and I can catch up and chat about channel membership. In the meantime, just enjoy the view. Oh my gosh. Okay, that is both the cutest thing ever and a nightmare. Oh my gosh, Dad has brought with him Mum and babies. Oh no, you guys. They are so darn cute. I do not want to chase them away, but they're so bold and they are so naughty. Oh no. He has seriously just taken my porridge bag. Come back here, mister. You can't take that. No. No. You can't take that. Oh my God. Give me my porridge bag. Oh no. Seriously, it's not the food that I'm worried about. It's just that's not good for him. Oh, A, eating human food is not good for our native birds, and B, that plastic is going to get left out. Right, come on. Oi, Weka. Go back and harass Abel. Leave me alone. Hey, come on. Drop it. Got no shoes on. Drop it. Good boy. Might be a girl. I'm sorry, but you have plenty of your own food. Some of you might be thinking, oh, that's so mean, just give him the porridge. These birds are not hungry. Look at this incredible place they live in. They do not need boysenberry flavoured porridge. That is not going to be good for them. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. You're so cute. Oh, you're so sweet. So those birds look a little bit like kiwis. So people sometimes think they're kiwis, but you would not see a kiwi behaving like that. They are so timid. It's very, very unlikely that you'll ever see a kiwi in the wild. And if you do, it's probably going to be somewhere like Stewart Island, and usually at night time. sometimes during the day in places where there really are no threats for them. There's not many places like that. Off you go. Away. It's just amazing. Everything was wet. That little bit of wind, and now everything is dry. Good old wind. So channel membership. I told you guys I'd tell you a bit about it. I've opened up channel membership, and now you'll see the join button just below the video and on my channel page. If you're somebody who really values the channel, really enjoys it, and kind of wants to keep on top of what's going on, maybe wants a little bit more connection than what you get just through the videos. Some people are just really happy, watch the video and go on their way, and that's going to be most of you. Most of you just want to watch it and that's it. And then there'll be some of you who are like, well, actually, I'd really like to connect more. And if you're wanting to show me a little bit of support through a monthly donation, which amounts to about the price of a coffee every month, then that would be amazing. I would really appreciate it. It will really, really help me to be able to not only cover the costs associated with these trips, but actually allow me to justify, that's the word, the time that I take out of other things in my life in order to go on these trips and in order to spend the time editing, planning, prepping, all of that stuff. So anyway, if that's something you want to do, awesome, and if not, awesome. Right, let's go down and have a quick look at the hut. I'm not going to go inside in case there's still people there getting ready for the morning, but let's go and have a look at it from the outside so that you guys know where it is if you ever decide to come up here. There you go. You can just see the top of Carol Hut, and off to the right the little toilet. It's got an amazing view, that toilet. I love my walks out. There's something really special about the walk out because you've achieved your goal. It's a feeling of success. There's the anticipation of going home, but there's just that opportunity to enjoy your environment and really soak it in because you know that it's coming to an end. Little things like this. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. What I didn't tell you yesterday was that I so nearly didn't come on this trip. I'm so glad I came out, and I'm really glad that you guys came along to share it with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful day. See you on the next adventure. Goodbye for now.